In this video, I give you our verdict on Instasmile clip-on veneers, as well as what we consider to be the main pros and cons. Hey, it's John from Electric Teeth here. We assist you in selecting the right dental care products and understanding common dental healthcare topics. So I'm going to jump straight in and give you our verdict on Instasmile veneers. And we do not recommend that you purchase these. Instasmile is one of the leading brands in removable snap-on veneers. With the reputation comes a price. You can pay up to $1,500 or around about £1,000 for a set of snap-on veneers for both upper and lower arches. This price is for a product that is designed to be temporary, but which can potentially improve the appearance of your teeth for a short period of time. Here at Electric Teeth, we advise that you do not buy Instasmile clip-on veneers. We recommend against all direct-to-consumer snap-on veneers like Instasmile because of the potential damage they can do to your teeth and gums. Linked in the top right corner is a video that summarises the key reasons and explanation behind why we do not recommend these products. There's also a detailed article that accompanies that video linked in the video description. In short, the internet is not the place to go for snap-on veneers. The best thing you can do is arrange a consultation with your dentist where you can discuss through all of the different available options for you and your personal circumstances. Regardless of whether we recommend them or not, we have reviewed them. So I'm going to run you through some of the key pros and cons to Instasmile snap-on veneers. So one of the biggest cons is that you won't actually know what your veneers are going to look like until you actually receive them. Now you have a few different options when actually designing the veneers in terms of the shade and the sort of shape that they are going to be. But because the veneers essentially fit around your existing teeth, there are some limitations in the way the veneers are actually going to look. Now all the marketing images online look really good and there are some people who've had better results. But for me, I was extremely disappointed when my Instasmile veneers arrived. Now I know that I've got naturally quite large teeth, but these made them look even worse. When I first put these in, my partner simply didn't know what to do. She basically started laughing because, quite frankly, they looked terrible. They made my smile look even worse. They were really quite obviously fake. The fact is that these veneers don't suit everyone. Different people's teeth and that, it just doesn't necessarily work. Some people will indeed get lucky, but because there's so much variance in our oral health, compared to a professionally altered cosmetic smile where you've been to a dentist, they're just not going to look the same because a dentist is adapting your smile based on your individual circumstances. So quite simply put, they're just not going to look anything like a professionally altered cosmetic smile from a dentist. So another con is that the teeth often look unnatural or unrealistic. Your natural teeth respond to different light situations differently, and that's not the case with the veneers. They're made from these sort of plastics or acrylics, and it's sort of got the same tone across the whole material. So in different lighting situations, you don't actually see the colour of the teeth differ, which would be the case with your natural teeth. There's a much more consistent shine or glow or colour to these teeth that just isn't realistic. You'll also find that there's no gaps between the individual teeth, and whilst natural teeth can sit very closely together, there is always going to be the smallest of gaps between them. And therefore they look like one consistent set of teeth. Although they've got impressions and lines in them to make them look like different teeth, get up close and you'll be able to see that they are not natural teeth. So they can look better from a distance, but up close it's much more obvious because the materials are simply not designed to mimic your natural teeth in the way that more premium materials like dentists will use. And because they are snapping onto your existing teeth, they're just ultimately different. The way they are made and manufactured and the process behind them is different. So they're never going to look like real teeth. So another con clearly has to be the price of these veneers. For a set of veneers for both the upper and lower arch, you could be looking at somewhere in the region of $1,500 or £1,000, depending on which type of veneers you get from Instasmile. But that is a lot of money for what essentially is two little bits of moulded plastic. Yes, there is cost involved in the production process, the moulding, shipping them to and from you, but when you actually consider the final cost, it is very expensive for what is a couple of bits of plastic where you're essentially not going to know what the final look is until you actually receive them. Another con has to be doing your own impressions at home. It is tricky. Taking good impressions is an art. You have to mix the putty they provide well. You have to have the trays in your mouth for 4 or 5 minutes, one for both arch. You need to pull it out without any drag marks. There's quite a lot to actually do to get a good impression. And even though I read through all the documentation to have a good understanding, it took me 2 attempts to actually get them done correctly. Even then, you then have to send pictures in for them to be approved, and they're not ultimately approved until the physical impression is sent back and checked. So although it's well documented, it's hard work to get a good impression. And it's much easier if you just have a professional taking those impressions. So another con is that the platinum veneers are really quite thick. There's different thicknesses depending on the different type of veneers that you get from Instasmile, but the platinum ones are the top of the line ones that you're supposed to be able to eat with, but they are much thicker. Yes, all of these are just points of millimeters thick, but it's surprising how much just a few points of a millimeter can make to the overall look and appearance of the veneers. I do question whether the classic veneers would have looked better than these premium ones, but I think many people are going to want the premium ones to give them the versatility when in use, and they just look thick and uncomfortable and awkward, and when in the mouth you could feel that additional thickness. So another con is the durability. They are made from thin plastic materials. So although they are designed in theory to be relatively durable for the situations you may find yourself in, so particularly the platinum ones that are designed to allow you to eat with, because they are just points of millimeters thick, they are not that durable. They're not made from things like porcelain, which is naturally much harder and would be used by cosmetic dentists for things like veneers or crowns. So the durability of these veneers are such they're just not going to stand the test of time like more tried, tested, quality materials that you would get from your dental professional. Another con is that snap-on veneers like Instasmile simply don't cure the long-term issue at play. If you've got teeth missing, if you've got worn teeth, if you've got decayed teeth, you're not actually treating any of that with these snap-on veneers. You're simply just masking the condition and potentially could be making the situation worse by wearing these. It could be rubbing or wearing in certain places, putting uneven pressure on your teeth, and it's not recommended. Yes, as a temporary solution, it could work, but it's definitely not a long-term solution because the underlying issues or concerns that you may have with your smile will still exist. The penultimate con, it is just no replacement to the traditional treatment that you can get from a registered and professionally trained dental professional. Cosmetic dental treatment, although expensive, will beat the Instasmile clip-on veneers hands down. You'll get a better quality look and finish. You'll have a smile that you're actually happy with. The results are going to be more predictable. You've got a professional to make sure your teeth are healthy and they're doing the right things for you and your smile. You can talk through all the different options. You've got a lot more versatility and support when it comes to going via a dental professional. And you're going to be investing in cosmetic procedures which are going to result in better final results that you'll be happier with and will last longer than these clip-on veneers. So the final con is that wearing snap-on veneers can actually cause your natural teeth to be more prone to decay or potentially gum disease. If you're wearing snap-on veneers for extended periods of time, you can find that bacteria and plaque will build up under the veneers, and that's obviously in contact with your natural teeth. The position of the veneers on the teeth could restrict some of the saliva that would naturally neutralize some of this bacteria. And if you're then not cleaning your teeth well enough or not cleaning the veneers well enough, more of that bacteria is going to sit on the veneer and is going to be in contact with your teeth and increasing the likelihood for decay and gum disease. When you're putting anything over your natural teeth, you are restricting your mouth's natural ability to keep the teeth clean. And it is therefore very important that when you do use them, you clean the veneers properly, you clean your natural teeth properly, and actually have regular dental checkups. The first pro is the fact that these are removable, so you do not have to wear them all the time. They're not a permanent solution. You can wear them at the times that are most important to yourself. So for example, Let's say you've got 1 or 2 teeth missing. When you're at home, you're quite comfortable to have those teeth missing and go about your daily life. But let's say you've got to go to a work event, a family party, maybe a wedding, where you might be more conscious about your smile and you might think that people are going to pick up on the fact that you've got a missing tooth or two. Therefore, you can pop these snap-on veneers in and it can potentially improve your smile and allow you to partake in that event, being a little bit less conscious about your smile and the lack of teeth that you may have, because these veneers are going to cover up those gaps in your smile. Another pro is the fact that your natural teeth are not affected. To actually wear these veneers, you don't have to have any alteration to your existing teeth. With things like crowns and veneers, which are cosmetic procedures performed by dentists, you often have to have some form of preparation to your tooth completed to be able to have those crowns or veneers. And that means altering your natural teeth. The clip-on style veneers are designed specifically to fit over your existing teeth. Therefore, you're not actually making any physical change to your natural teeth to allow them to go into your mouth. So there's no preparation to the tooth required, no alteration to the tooth required when wearing clip-on veneers. Another pro is that they are potentially a more affordable choice compared to permanent alternatives. Now, the affordability and cost will vary depending on where you are in the world and your individual circumstances. To have your permanent teeth altered will vary if you need just 1 tooth replaced compared to if you need 6 or 7 teeth replaced. Quite often, the initial purchase price of these snap-on veneers will be more cost effective, but potentially over the long run they may not be as cost effective because, as the name implies, permanent options are there for a lifetime in most cases, or certainly for a much longer period of time than these snap-on veneers. Another positive is they are suitable for infrequent wear. So if it's very rare that you would need or feel it appropriate to change the look of your smile, then snap-on veneers do potentially have a place. One of the biggest positives associated with snap-on veneers is the fact that no dental visits are required. For many, going to the dentist can be a big ordeal. Many people are fearful of going to the dentist for various different reasons, and the last thing they want to do is have to make a trip to see the dentist to make an alteration to their smile. So because snap-on veneers don't actually require you to visit the dentist to get them, that can be a positive for many people. Another pro with snap-on veneers, and in particular Instasmile, is the documented process and procedure to actually getting these veneers made. I have to hand it to Instasmile. The process, start through to finish, is very slick. There's lots of support involved in actually getting your veneers made to the standard and quality that you want. In particular, key to getting your veneers is the impressions that you take at home. Now, Instasmile produce a well-written visual guide to actually show you how to take the impressions. They're supporting video material as well, and you also get support via email and telephone calls if you require it. So although the process can be fairly complicated to take a decent impression to allow you to get your Instasmile veneers, the help and support and the documentation is very good. So there we have it, that's our overall verdict along with the main pros and cons of Instasmile snap-on veneers. I do hope you found this useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. For more videos like this, click subscribe. But until next time, thanks for watching.